Hi, hello. We are live on YouTube. Once again, back for another episode of the Rap Live for your viewing and listening pleasure. Happy Tuesday night to you all as you're back here to recap the week so far in WWE as the road to Survivor Series War Games continues. I'm Keila Cash, and by my side, as always, is my co captain, my right hand, the sometimes advocate for the rapidly improving Ms. Jada Parker. From NXT, I bring to you back on the rap as always, the one, the only, Salty Scott Young. Welcome back, Salty.
Thank you for having me, Keila. As always, it's a pleasure to chop it up and talk all things WWE. But today is a glorious day because not only are we going to chop it up, but royalty has returned, the king has risen, the stone has been rolled over, and he is here back on the court. The king is back.
The king is back, you say. The warrior court has resumed. Great. I am so happy for you that LeBron James got over his sciatica to come back from the G League where he did nothing, to come back stronger than ever, to be a part of your Lakers crew who held it down remarkably enough during his absence. They kept things afloat. Guys stepped up, stood up, and they've balled out. So good for you. I don't care, but good for you nonetheless. As the Lakers are playing the Utah Jazz right now, and if you see Scott craning his neck during multiple times for this episode, that is why, because he is distracted by the alleged king of the NBA putting up 10 points in his return.
Yeah, you can take the alleged off, but yeah. So I mean, so if I'm distracted, that's why. But I'm focused. I got it paused. I'm here. I'm locked in. It's all WWE for the next 60 seconds, and then I'm gonna lock back out. And then I'm gonna lock back in.
You know what? Your due diligence to do nothing should be really studied to say, listen, I'm here for 60 seconds and then I'm clocking right on out. So before we get into our NBA talk, I have to ask the question of you just to see what's going on Sullivan's Crossing. Have you been catching up on the episodes as you get ready for season 4? Because I know that when season 4 is locked in, you're going to be watching the CW on a weekly basis, offering your thoughts and analysis and your thesis on the most recent season as you get acclimated to all things Sullivan's Crossing.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed since I've traveled back across the pond, the Sullys, um, one of the two black people on the show looks like they're leaving. They're a model, so very, very beautiful young lady, but she's gone, so she's out of here. The medic, they have two people who work in the hospital. They got two people who work there. One of them just divorced, and now she got a new girlfriend, so they're out having fun. So there's that. And then we got Chad Michael Murray, just Chad Michael Murray it up, just hunking it up everywhere. All the women just gushing all over him. They all doing little dirty things behind each other's back. So it's all just a web that Chad is just spewing all along. He's just Charlotte, and everybody's in his web.
You know what? To use Charlotte's Web in that manner, to use her in that way, is highly inappropriate. Charlotte's Web is a classic, not the live action movie, the animated movie is a classic. One of my favorite animated films as a child. And it triggers me because, first of all, her kids ain't shit. I just want to clarify that. They all flew away except 3. They all left Wilbur except 3 of them. And I was very upset at the ending because those kids ain't shit. I stand by what I said. Okay. They all flew out. They all said, peace out. I don't have time for a pig. But 3 stuck around because they had nowhere else to go and he had to raise them. Okay. And they had to learn how to read and learn how to spell accordingly. So I appreciate them. The mother children didn't kick rocks.
Okay. Somebody's been holding that in for a while.
It's personal for me. It's very personal. Okay. It cuts me deep. Love the movie, but that ending almost pissed me off. Those children were ungrateful and they all flew away like, bye, Wilbur, bye, we gotta go. Like, F off. Only 3 stayed, okay? And that was a happy ending for me. But yeah, those kids can kick rocks. I stand by what I said. Okay? All right. Enough traumatized version of myself as a child. Let's get to the NBA Yakety Yak Talk section of our show as we discuss all things NBA. And let's talk about the Western Conference standings as things stand right now. The Thunder are at the top of the heap right now, 14-1. The Nuggets number 2, 10-3. The Rockets number 3, 9-3. The Lakers and Spurs tied for fourth technically at 10-4. Timberwolves number 6, 9-5. The Suns 8-6. Number 7, the Warriors are 9-7. The Trailblazers 6-7. The Jazz 5-8, and bringing up the rear, worst record in the West. The Pelicans 2-12, as they recently also released their coach from his coaching duties as the coach of that team.
Yeah, the West is going to be tough. It's going to be a heavy battle. A week can change things very quickly. Wemby's going to be out for a little bit, so we'll see what the Spurs do. Houston looks good. The Lakers look good. The King has returned, so that'll change things. You got teams like, even though they're still in the bottom, teams like Dallas are still playing guys hard. Cooper's starting to find himself. So the West is tough. Nuggets look great. Thunder look great. The Timberwolves are still there. So there's just a lot going on over there. It's gonna be a fun season, to say the least, when it comes to that Western Conference.
Yeah, and it is like literally week to week. You can have one bad week and you can be in the 12th spot easily. And then if you have a really good week, you can soar into the top 5. So it's very tight. It's early. We're going to learn a lot heading into the All-Star break in a couple of months. But so far, so good. The West is definitely westing for sure. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference right now. And number 1, still streaking right now, 10-0 in their last 10 games. The Detroit Pistons, who are 13-2. The Cavaliers, number 2 at 10-5. Raptors, you heard me correctly. The Toronto Raptors are 9-5. The Knicks, 8-5, as well as the 76ers, 8-5. The Hawks, 9-6, who lost tonight to the Pistons. The Heat come in at 8-6. The Bulls, 7-6. The Celtics, the Magic, and the Bucks all at 8-7. And bringing up the rear would be the Wizards, 1-12, and the Pacers 1-13.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference is just full of teams. So that's just all going to be about matchups when it comes to playoff time, and about who can be the healthiest. I still think the Bucks are healthy. I would probably take them over anybody when it comes to just a 7-game series, because I think Giannis is probably the best player in that Eastern Conference. So, the East is as strong as the West is. The East has some good teams, but it's completely wide open. Anybody could come out of the East. So Bucks are healthy. I still think they're going to come out the East because nobody's better than Giannis.
Like your pick. Can't go wrong with that. We kind of knew this going in, that the East was going to be wide open due to injuries, going to open the door for some teams to step up. I still like the Pistons. I said that last season. I think this is their step up year. If there's an opportunity to capitalize on, this should be it. It's a soft conference right now. It's pretty even when you look at the top 11 teams, honestly. It can ebb and flow week to week, but I do like the Pistons a lot. I don't discount them. And then I'm looking at the Cavs as well. Bucks have a shot. Knicks, we'll see. 76ers, we'll see. Hawks, we already know. There'll be a play-in team, most likely.
That's true.
All righty. So that is the NBA talk for this week. We'll reconvene next week to talk about the NBA Cup as that continues and the standings a week from now, or actually 2 weeks from now, because we are taking the week off for Thanksgiving. So we'll be back in 2 weeks talking about all of the NBA talk. But now let's transition over to Friday Night SmackDown on USA. And the big takeaway is storyline continuity. So you have a War Games match involving the ladies. And the week before last, we had Rhea Ripley, Io Sky coming to the rescue of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And you think, oh, that is going to be our Women's Survivor Series team for the babyface side to go up against the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. Okay, pretty even Steven, right? So you get to Friday Night SmackDown on USA opening segment. We have the babyface team come out there ready to go. Charlotte Flair comes out there looking like Cher from Clueless, and she basically says, she did. Okay, she did. Who am I to begrudge her for living out her Clueless fantasy? So she comes out there and she tells Alexa, listen, Lexi, I love you. I appreciate you. This has been great, us being a team. However, Rhea Ripley, she's a snake. She is not a good person. I don't trust her. I don't like her. I am not going to pretend that I do. And I cannot be a part of her team. Deuces. And then she leaves. And I'm like, well, at least somebody remembers storyline history from a couple of years ago when Rhea Ripley was, in fact, a heel that did terrible things. And Charlotte Flair, who was a heel who did terrible things, can absolutely relate to that. So even though it was kind of random and they kind of hugged it out on Monday Night Raw, and then we have this turn on SmackDown, I do appreciate the fact that in this instance, history between two people that don't like each other in storyline is being kind of sort of acknowledged.
Yeah, I guess so. It's always ironic the people who it's coming from. So, I, I mean, why didn't Rhea? She could have just been like, yeah, look who's talking. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So yes, it is good. They are continuing and remembering stories, but Charlotte Flair is still Charlotte Flair. Like nobody's taking what she says serious when it comes to that. Her of all people, and then you got Alexa Bliss, the person who was just possessed for 6 years straight. Come on, what are we talking about?
Well, Scott, people have feelings, and someone's feelings were hurt during that time frame, even though Charlotte was a heel too around that time frame. You know, it is what it is.
People got dolls too. All right, people got dolls, puppets, all kinds of things. They don't make still don't make it all right.
That is true. But in all things in WWE, we have to have that classic storyline trope of can they coexist? Can they get along? Can they be a team? Can they win together? Can they overcome the odds to be at least cordial and civil at War Games? We shall see. But this was all right for what it was. And we'll get into more of that on Monday Night Raw in just a bit. But I do want to talk about the Last Time Is Now tournament that is continued without a bracket on Raw and SmackDown. Still, we're in the quarterfinals now, and we don't have brackets. Shameful. So we had two more matches this past Friday on SmackDown, and one match was Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso that is, versus The Miz. And the match was perfectly fine. Both guys worked hard. I know that Scott had his hopes and dreams pinned to Mike, but it wasn't meant to be because the right person won in main event Jey Uso. But The Miz, I can admit, on this night did have a nice showing in defeat.
I mean, I'm not surprised. 2-time Grand Slam champion. So it's just what he does on a regular basis. But I mean,
excuse me, a regular basis. Irregular is what you should say. Irregular, sporadic basis.
All I know is that The Miz elevates his game to his competition. I mean, last time he was in there with Ricochet, one of the best high flyers in the world. All I know is Miz started flying all over the ring. I'm just saying it all depends on who he's in the ring with. So maybe I put that on Jey Uso. It could have been a great match if Jey Uso was a great wrestler. I'm blaming Jey.
Look at you being an ultimate troll. Look at you being the IWC to play the blame on Jey. The audacity. Listen, I cannot explain why Lucha Miz comes out of hiding every so often. He just happens to pop out, and it's a great moment. This match was perfectly fine. The right person won. Do not be those people, Scott, online. That is a habitual Jey Uso hater because the Miz lost this match, and you're trying to elevate your guy because, yes, two-time Grand Slam champion, and what? Okay? And what?
Yeah. And job for life, apparently.
Yes,
So,
gainfully employed for the rest of his
you know what I'm
days.
saying? Yeah. So shout out to Mike, man. Wrong person won. Jay doesn't need the rub. You know, he's. I mean, I'm just saying, Jay doesn't need the rub. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? Like, why are we pushing the Jay Uso? Miz needs the rub.
Please stop. Cut his mic off. Actually,
this could be the last important thing Miz has going for him. Like, he needed to win this match.
Wait.
Carmelo, him and Carmelo are done.
No, they're not. They haven't even had their first official match yet. And you know how that's going to end because ultimately, listen, the Miz is going to do the Lord's work and put over Melo, okay?
Sure.
And that would be lovely. But for you to think that Miz has any value left as a true main eventer, you need to go somewhere and have a seat, have several seats. You need to get out of your delusional bubble. It is over. The man had one last good run during the pandemic era. Be thankfully had that before Big Bob.
This ain't no main event tournament. This ain't no main event tournament. We got Solo Sikoa in this joint, and you worried about the main event. The Miz would be just fine besides Solo Sikoa.
Please. Hi, Fernando. How are you? Good to see you. I was wondering, where's Fernando? Like, it would have been like a crime not to have you here on a Tuesday night to hear Scott's foolishness. As once again, Jimmy is the Tito Jackson of the bloodline. No, that would be Solo. He is the Tito Jackson of the bloodline. He
so
is.
what would Jimmy be?
The second most talented brother, Jermaine, probably. Or Jackie.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Or Randy.
Okay, so Tito's the worst one?
Not the worst one, but it's always the default setting.
You just named 3 other people besides him, and he's definitely not Mike, so...
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Who else?
Now you know Roman's Mike. Let's be for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
Period.
And Paul Heyman is Janet.
No, he's Joe.
He is Joe. He is Joe.
He is Joe. The ultimate. The ultimate.
Joe.
Okay, he is Joe. Who's Janet? Naomi's Janet. Let's be for real. Naomi's Janet.
She's not good. Okay, all right, that's fine.
Naomi's Janet and Nia is Latoya, and you know that tracks. It does.
Okay,
you really marinate on it.
You can't disrespect Nia like that.
I just did. She is Latoya.
Nah, man, Nia's nah.
Yes,
I'm not disrespecting Nia after a solid second run. I'm not disrespecting Nia like that. Like, god dang. Like Latoya?
Yes. Latoya.
Nah, Nia doesn't. First of all, Nia mess around got more accolades than Naomi. If we just talking accolades,
really,
Nia might have a.
No, she doesn't. No, she does not.
Might have a better trophy case. I'm just saying.
No, she doesn't. No, she does not.
All right.
Compare the cases, and then get back to me.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe you might be right. There's definitely a money in the bank that Naomi has that Nia doesn't. There's definitely
check mark.
That.
Yes.
There's definitely that.
Yes.
But what else?
Championships.
How many Naomi got? 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3, and then 2-time tag team champ.
Okay.
Better run than Nia as champion.
Well,
she had a cute little WrestleMania moment with Tamina, but in terms of like consistent, great tag team matches, Naomi has her cleared.
Oh, period. For sure. I mean, listen, if Nia Jax had Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks as tag team partners, she would have great matches too.
Really? She had Shayna at one point too. What difference that made? Really? Let's be honest, okay? Let's be for real.
Let me stop hating on Naomi. I'm over my Naomi hate. I'm a fan.
Yes, look at you
I'm a fan.
aggressing.
Let me stop. There's no hate for Naomi here, but the
And mind
Latoya
you,
Jackson Nia Jax thing is crazy.
I stand by that. And mind you, let's not forget some of Nia's best championship matches were against Naomi. You're welcome.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
I still stand by what I said. She is a Latoya Jackson of the bloodline. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. But I stand by my statement proudly. Yes, I do. Absolutely. And Tamina is Katherine Jackson. Yes, she is.
Okay, that's that is enough.
Listen,
Catherine.
she is a seasoned auntie of the family. She is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Naomi, Tamina, and Naya all having lunch together. Latoya, Janet, and Catherine. Table for three.
There you go. Hey, Peacock, pick that up. Be a great
the bloodline
episode.
table for three.
Exactly. Then you got the bloodline Jacksons over there having a good old time over there. Come on.
Actually, real talk, the women of the bloodline, that actually probably would be a pretty
It
cool
would be.
and different perspective of the bloodline.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they got like this really up close and personal look at it from a personal family perspective. So I would be here for it. Listen, we're pitching ideas to Netflix and Peacock and ESPN Unlimited, apparently. Listen to us. Great idea. Pick it up, utilize it. I don't know. Try. But enough talk about the bloodline. We'll get to them later on in this episode. But back to the Last Time Is Now tournament. So we had Jey Uso rightfully beat The Miz to get to the quarterfinals. And then our second Last Time Is Now tournament match for the week was LA Knight versus a surprise opponent. And everyone wondered, who could this possibly be? Because John Cena mentioned it could be someone from not this company necessarily. It could be outside of WWE. And we know that WWE has a working relationship with TNA. So who could you bring on from TNA to be in this tournament? And one of the surprises were Zack Ryder. Now, if Zack Ryder returned at MSG, might have gotten a bigger reception. It was Albany, New York. The reaction was it was all right, fine. Match was all right for what it was. Outcome never in doubt. But at least Zack Ryder got back on WWE television, got his music played, got merch on WWE Shop for right now. Will it lead to a contract? I don't know. I feel pretty good about someone else getting a contract back in WWE, but not so much Zack Ryder.
I, he didn't come back with the ECW look with the one leg thing going on, so I was disappointed. But it's fine. It was fine. LA Knight got a win, so that was nice. That's all I remember about it.
I mean, that's all I remember about it too. And we got to talk about LA Knight, man. This man's getting iced out of the War Games match. Iced out when he's got beef with people in the heel faction on Monday Night Raw. Iced out. Won't be in a match most likely. That is interesting.
Who's icing him out? Whose spot would he take? Big Jim?
Well, I would say yes. Big Jim. I would say LA Knight could have been in that spot. CM Punk apparently is making personal phone calls, so he could have made that call, but he chose Big Jim. And I still sense, and we'll talk about it later, I smell some going on there. I smell it. I smell a rat, and somebody's gonna turn in this match.
Well, I mean, if LA Knight was in the match, he'd have took the pin. So it's probably better for him just not to be involved, just take the night off.
Yes, and to continue these allegations, LA Knight is a bigger star and better than Tito. Now, I will kind of push back on that. I think that Jimmy Uso is more charismatic.
Then LA Knight?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
tough one. That's
Yes.
a tough one.
I love LA Knight. Do not get me wrong. I enjoy him greatly. But Jimmy has more swag. If you're talking about I can go out there, improvise off the dome, I trust Jimmy a bit more than LA Knight. Because as you called out just a couple of months ago, when CM Punk and him had that segment and he couldn't think on his feet, who would I trust more in that moment? Jimmy Uso, more so than LA Knight.
So I agree with you on swag. Swag, yeah. Jimmy's got way more swag. Like LA Knight looks like the guy who's looking at somebody to figure out what swag is. But as far as the mic thing, I did say that, but I think that's CM Punk. Like that's CM Punk. That's like John Cena does it to people too. I I don't know if I don't know if Big Jim was if they had a battle on the mic. I don't know if Big Jim is taking LA Knight on the mic. I don't know about that. Swag, I'm with you 100%. He 100% has more swag. All that, I give you that. I'm taking LA Knight on the mic though. Just straight up on the mic, I'm taking him on the mic. I think he could get the crowd more involved. I think he can rile them up more, and I think he got a better catchphrase.
Yeah. You left it right open,
They,
so I can't help it. You know,
I,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I
What
still
actually?
stand
What is Big Jim's catchphrase?
no yeet, which is a copy of his brother, so that's not helping either. So he has to come up with a catchphrase of his own that does not involve the word yeet. But I still think that if you have them one on one, if they had to improvise on the spot, I trust Jimmy a
Mm-hmm.
bit more than LA Knight because LA Knight has a very practiced routine. He can get in the groove of it, but when you need to think on your feet, when you need to snap into something really quickly, can he do that? Yeah, CM Punk is built different, but you have to be able to adapt. If not, that's how you get exposed on the microphone. Yeah, you're good in structure promos and you can do your own shtick, but when it comes to going back and forth with the flow, that's LA Knight's weakness to me. I think Jimmy is a bit strong in that regard, has a bit more quick reaction in terms of crowd interaction. He can pick up on stuff a bit quicker. That's just me. And I could be proven wrong if they ever went head to head, but based on what I know from Jimmy in the past, he can really think on his feet on the microphone and how he flows and how he talks and how he has confidence in doing so.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we won't find out because I think this War Games match is going to be the end of Jimmy. This is going to be his
Yes.
paternity leave.
Yes, I agree. As I said, I smell a rat on Team Bloodline or Team CM Punk, whoever's leading the team. I smell a rat. I will identify the rat a little bit later. But yeah, this will be Jimmy's swan song. He's got to be on paternity leave for the rest of Naomi's pregnancy, be close to home. Totally understand that. Want a safe and happy pregnancy for both of them. So I understand why he must be written out imminently. We do sense that coming very soon, and we'll talk about that in a bit as well. So that was basically all I had to say about SmackDown. Of note, nothing really else stood out to me on the show. It'll kind of cross over into Monday Night Raw. Anything else sticks out to you, Scott, from Friday's show?
No, you know, they did a good job of setting the table for Monday. So, but nothing else really stood out.
Yeah, I agree. Main event angle was solid. Drew McIntyre has no power over, I guess, I should say Nick Aldis has no power over Drew McIntyre because you suspend a guy and then he just signs the contract. He's automatically more games. So your order has been rescinded. It's been tossed aside and it doesn't mean anything. So, yeah, Nick, you have now been passed up by Scrap Daddy for being a terrible general manager. How did you allow this to happen? Truly. How?
The lawyer Paul Heyman.
Noted lawyer.
They call David Otunga.
Listen, because of David Otunga, I just now realized he's been released from WWE for 5 years. That was a very quiet release during the pandemic time because I thought that man was still on retainer. So, hey, Good for you, David. Out there talking, doing legalese, I hear, talking at talk, offering legal services for free. So you might have called up Paul Heyman, read over the contract, and said, loophole, you could exploit that. So David Otunga. Because what was his famous saying? I can't get paid until you get paid. Yes.
Okay. Whatever works for you, David. Whatever's getting the job done. 1-800 Otunga.
1-800 Otunga. Win one. Got to get the rest of the numbers out there because, that's not going to be enough to dial the number. Okay.
Otunga 000.
Stop it. All right. Let's get to Monday Night Raw. In the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, a special night, John Cena's final Monday Night Raw. He comes out there, huge reception, packed crowd. Gotta love it. Alicia Taylor with the wonderful introduction as always. And we're about to get sentimental, John Cena, until Dirty Dominic Mysterio says, not doing any of that. I want my rematch, but not tonight. Not on your time, because last week you got your match in your hometown. You played by your rules. Now we're going to play by my rules. I want my rematch in my hometown of San Diego, California. Survivor Series War Games. You and me, IC title rematch. John Cena agrees to that, but he says, you're dressed. I'm dressed to compete tonight. I want to give these people one last match on Monday Night Raw. Let's do it. So JD McDonough and Finn Balor from Judgment Day come out to jump on John Cena. And then Sheamus and Rey Mysterio come out to make the save for Cena. And that leads to a 6-man tag team match, which was a big party match. I greatly enjoyed it. I had fun watching the babyfaces do Cena spots, and it was just a blast. It was a lot of fun. The fans were into it. And of course, the babyface team won by hitting all their finishers on the heels. Dirty Dom was nowhere to be found to take the pin, obviously, to be protected, but also probably drive tension up with Judgment Day as he left his guys high and dry once again. But all in all, a really fun, happy moment for Cena's last match on Monday Night Raw.
This was everything it was supposed to be. This was great. Fantastic. Crowd was just ready for Cena, excited for Cena. And shout out to John, who said, it's my last Monday Night Raw. Let me go ahead and take every single finisher y'all got in succession. One after the other. This man took a moonsault, followed by the coup de grace,
Yes.
and then took a frog splash.
Yes.
I was like, all right, dude, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, but that's fine. Took all three of them. Didn't even Super Cena kick out. Had everybody make the head. Sheamus and Ray run in for the save. Look at that. The little spot where Sheamus was like, what am I doing here in the middle? You get in the middle, and then we'll do your 5-knuckle shuffle. Nice little spot there. Just really enjoyed it. It was kind of jarring to think about it as he's walking up the ramp, and he said, this is it. Love you. That's it for John Cena on Monday Night Raw. It's a crazy thing to think about that we won't see him in this capacity ever again. So I'm cool with it being a 6-man. He got the win on the way out. I'm excited, for Survivor Series now, and 2 more dates, and then the GOAT is gone from WWE.
It's scary when you say it like that. Like, it's almost over. That was John's last appearance as an active wrestler on Monday Night Raw. That was it. That's the end. That's the last time we will see John Cena as an active wrestler on WWE television, at least until Survivor Series and then Saturday night's main event. That's it. I loved Ray on Cena's back and Sheamus along for the ride too. That was really cute. And then Ray was clean in that match too. Like, so good to be back in the ring after being out since before WrestleMania due to the groin injury. Looked really crisp out there last night. And I am here for the rematch. It's a big moment for Dirty Dominic in San Diego, California. They're going to get a better match than they had on television back in Boston a couple of weeks ago. It's going to be a lot of fun, great atmosphere. Dom's getting that W, I do believe. And then I think about what they have not shown us. The thing that John Cena must do, he must hit a 619 in San Diego. He must do it. He must defy gravity to do that spot because they've been holding back on it for the last couple of shows for a reason.
Nah, you're gonna get a frog splash and be happy about it.
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
Yes, you are. You're gonna get a frog splash. You're gonna be happy about it, and they're gonna tell you to say thank you. Okay, John's good. That's gonna be John defying gravity. Okay, it's him trying to move his arms like this fast enough before he lands on somebody. Yeah, we're not getting. You're not getting a 619.
Yes, we
Okay,
are.
that dude
Yes,
is
we
not
are.
gonna tear his pec just to do his one move. Okay, no, absolutely not. You're gonna get a frog splash. Might get a lasso from El Paso. Um, you. I could see a drop the dime. I could see something like that. I could see him dropping the dime. But yeah, the 619 is not happening.
It is. It is happening.
Nah, man.
You could be in denial all you want
I am.
because he has been building this up.
No, he has not.
Yes, he has. He has teased it. He's giving you him. He is giving himself and Dom a spotlight in San Diego, California, Petco Park. Okay, you telling me in front of all those people, 35,000 people, he ain't gonna try to at least
No.
attempt a 619? You are
No.
lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself to
He
think
will
he
set
will
it
do
up.
it.
They will set
Yes.
it up, and
Yes.
he will drop toe hold him into the ropes, but he is not going to actually grab those ropes and swing them legs around. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, it's Dirty Dom is gonna counter it, and he's gonna hit a 619, and then Cena will probably catch him and then throw an AA or something. But Cena is not swinging them legs and his big body around into a 619. Okay, it's not happening.
We will reconvene in 2 weeks.
All right.
And when I see you again, and when I am right, and I don't care how delayed your Survivor Series review is, you have to sit here and tell me I was right that Cena hit a 619. He did.
All
Okay.
right. That's fair.
I will be right at the end of this. I believe that I will be correct in my assessment. He's going to hit a 619. He will. Absolutely. He will
I'll be
swing those
very
hips and do
impressed.
it. Listen, he's been at the Performance Center, obviously. Okay. He is training in the dungeon with the Natty. He is getting in preparation for this moment. Okay. To make sure it goes off without a hitch. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna get your gory bomb and be happy about it.
I'll take a Gory Bomb special. I'll take that as well. I'll take a Destroyer. I'll take anything, including a 619.
Okay. All right.
Let me live in my delusional bubble. Let me live there. Let me marinate there. Let me hope that I'm going to get that in San Diego, which I think we're going to get next Saturday. But great moment in MSG. Loved it for the people. Loved it for John. Emotional moment. We know we'll see him again, but it's a little sad knowing that we will never see him wrestle on Monday Night Raw ever again after this appearance. But let's get to the continuation of the Last Time Is Now tournament involving 2 more matches. Our first match of the night for the Last Time Is Now tournament without brackets still is Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent. People wondered who this could be. Word kind of got out who it would be, and it was confirmed when Dolph Ziggler came out for this match and got a big pop from the MSG crowd, went out there, and he does what he does best: sell his ass off, bump like no one else can bump, and made Solo look like $1 million. And I love that for Solo, and I love that for Dolph. He understood the assignment, had the crowd eating up for the near falls, which I was here for, at the zigzag, pop the people, and I loved it. I appreciated Dolph's effort. And listen, I am a Dolph Ziggler fan, have been for a very long time. I'm about to lob an incredible compliment towards Scott's guy, okay? One of my favorite feuds in the last 10 years was Dolph Ziggler versus Michael the Miz Mizanin for the Intercontinental Championship during the early days of SmackDown Live on USA. They carried, they carried, and they handled business, and I loved it. Dolph, to me, highly underrated, underutilized at times in WWE. And I enjoyed his reappearance. In fact, I thought it was shocking when he got released a couple of years ago. Give that man a bag. Give that man like a mini retirement tour. He can still bring value to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. He can still get people over. He's a good hand in the ring, and he proved it again this past Monday.
It was a nice surprise to have Dolph back. Like you said, not surprising. It's probably Solo's one of the best matches he's ever had. And I'll be completely honest, when you talk about singles matches, probably one of his best matches he's had. So there's that really, really fun match. Dolph even looks like he put a little weight on too, packed on a little muscle since he was gone. So he looked good. I thought the whole thing worked out really well. Great reaction. I'm kind of on the opposite end as far as, Dolph getting signed. They have the working relationship, and I think, like, why not just have him show up every now and then when you do need just an extra guy or something like that. If he comes back and signs full time, it won't have the same effect. In about 6 weeks, we'll see him every week, and it won't feel as special. But with this kind of working relationship that they have, like, I expect Dolph Ziggler to be in the Royal Rumble and have a nice showing. Like, and why not have him show up every now and then when you do have, tournaments and stuff like that? Like, now that you have tournaments and you have these working relationships, you should be bringing people in from different companies, different working promotions that you have into these tournaments. So I would rather him stay as, the guy that's on the outside and comes back in when they do stuff like that, because it makes it feel more special. And then one other thing I wanted to touch on, it's not surprising that one of your favorite feuds involves Mike Mizanin, the two-time Grand Slam champion. Speaking of that feud, I believe that is one of the few feuds where the IC title main evented a pay-per-view. I could be wrong, but I think that the title versus career match main evented that pay-per-view. And also their feud has one of my favorite counter sequence when Dolph Ziggler went for a famous or hit it on Mike. And as soon as Mike's face hit the mat, he popped right back up when Ziggler was standing up and killed him right into a skull-crushing finale. Just an incredible sequence. This was at SummerSlam, kind of like in the middle of their feud. So, but I'm with you. That was a great feud. Dolph's been a part of some great moments. He was a part of Sting's debut and had one of the greatest Survivor Series elimination runs of all time.
Oh.
I mean, it's just fantastic. Spot on. Cena's eliminated early. The whole thing is just beautifully done. So yeah, and Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio when he's first ascending for the IC title at SummerSlam is a great match. Just there's a whole bunch of stuff that Dolph's been great at. Him and underrated that I think Dolph Ziggler doesn't get credit for is him as a tag team wrestler. Him and Drew McIntyre were a really fun tag team. So yeah, Dolph Ziggler's a great hand, but me personally, I would keep him on the outside and just have him come back in and do stuff like this every now and then sporadically. And I like for what Fernando said, Mr. Perfect 2.0 is probably a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, I agree as well. Great words that you said about Dolph. And I am kind of here for the floating around, don't be tied to a contract, but man, he really impressed on Monday Night Raw. Like, that was like a lot of fun. Made Solo look great. That's your job. You go out there and you do it. And he was fantastic at it. He has been a part of Dolph has been a part of a lot of incredible moments. Won the World Heavyweight Championship. Then after WrestleMania 29 in New Jersey. How could we possibly forget that? Then his cool little faction with AJ Lee and Big E kind of got Big E up and running as a superstar back in 2013. So he has been a part of a lot of incredible moments. I think that his push as champion was cut too short due to a concussion and never kind of got back to where he needed to be at the top of the card. But I've always appreciated Dolph Ziggler. He's come a long way from being a part of the Spirit Squad 20 years ago. That is how you recover from that gimmick to where he is now. And I think I see the value in him even more so than I did before, because you can see his contributions, especially on Monday Night Raw. And not only that, you're not going to get away with that about the Miz. You're not going to get away with that. Try to be all flowery and stuff. Nice try. Nice try. Trying to throw in the resume one more time. Nice attempt. But I have to acknowledge, and this did kind of wear me out as a fan, we have to talk about the never-ending 1,000 match feud between Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. Okay? They had 1,000 matches together that wore me out because, good Lord, they wrestled a lot.
Yeah, but it was only if you decided to watch all the shows. That was back when they was just letting everybody wrestle on every show. There was
Superstars, main event.
The Raw SmackDown Super Show on Mondays, and then you had SmackDown Mini Show on Fridays, and you had Main Event on Wednesdays on CW. So
and Ion Television.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ion. Yeah, Ion. My bad. No, that's because what was ECW? Was that ECW or NXT? Or next NXT was on CW, and then you had Ion. Yeah, so they had a lot of opportunities to wrestle.
Yes.
Okay, so if you watched it all, I'm sorry. But if you pick and choose and just kind of was like, oh, that's pretty. It wasn't bad. But when you saw it, now I will say the last couple, they did a good job of like incorporating the earlier matches, and they started playing off of what they were doing. But the first 16 were all pretty similar. But when you get to 17, 18, and 19, like that's when you start getting some variety into the movesets. So wait till you get to about 17, and then it starts getting real good.
Don't you mean 1700?
No, I didn't get that far. I stopped at 20 and I left it alone. And I was like, you know what? I'll be back in a couple years and see what's going on.
And it was still happening. Oh God, I love them, but it just wore me out. Like, we have to remember how many shows WWE had back then. You had Monday Night Raw, you had SmackDown, you had Superstars on WGN America. Then that got swapped for Main Event on Ion Television. Then you had the Saturday Morning Slam if they wrestled there.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You had that. Okay. Thank God they got rid of Jacked and the other show, because they probably would have wrestled on that too. And Sunday Night Heat if they still had it on the air. They would have been on every secondary show there was. They might have been on ECW, might have been on NXT, all the shows they could have been on. Trust and believe me. They wore that feud out. I love both guys, but it wore me out as a viewer. It did. And shout out to Andrevis once again coming through with a super chat. Thank you kindly. Being a Raptors fan, hey, you guys are having a good season so far. They are in the top 5 in the East. So congratulations. Thank you for tuning in, dropping that in the tip jar. And great words, Fernando, as Dolph also had a great feud with Seth Rollins for said IC Championship as well.
Yeah, they did. Another IC, speaking of that, another IC title match that I'm pretty sure main evented a pay-per-view as well. I know the first one they had did not, and then I believe the second one, which was the Iron Man match, 30-minute Iron Man match, I think that one did. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that second one, the Iron Man match, did. But yeah, that's a great call right there.
Yeah, man, Dolph, man, impressive run in WWE for sure. Great showing on Monday Night Raw. As we get to our next topic at hand from Monday Night Raw from MSG on Netflix, let's discuss Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So Fernando was very happy for Maxine earlier on in the chat that she won this championship, thanks to an assist from AJ Lee, who distracted Becky Lynch as Maxine won with the crossbody. Then Fernando made some claims that Maxine is the most improved wrestler of the year. I will offer some pushback because I think that Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree in Dallas was their best match. The last two didn't do a lot for me. Maxine has moments. The problem is you can only do so much at the dungeon. You can only do so much at the performance center. Reps, reps, and more reps, preferably with house shows, preferably wrestling on television consistently. That will help in the process of getting better faster. She's okay. I see glimmers of potential. She could be carried to a decent to good match, but all the pieces aren't together yet. And one thing I noticed too is that facial reactions. I don't know who's telling her to pull her face to exude emotion. They need to stop because you have to go with the rhythm of what you're feeling in the moment and let that be organic. Feel the anguish, feel that excitement, feel it from the genuine bones in your body versus I must act this way. Spin a thing I have not liked in recent matches from her, but that can be fixed. I'm happy that she got the title. It's temp. Becky will get it back imminently. I do feel that. Nice moment, but I thought the superior match was what they did in Dallas well over a month ago.
Yeah, this was all about the moments. And not just the win, which was absolutely a historic moment, but AJ Lee returning, that whole thing. So WWE has, well, specifically Triple H and AI have really been all about producing the moments. And this was no different because where do you go from here with Maxine? It would be one thing if, what you had talked about, if Chad Gable had come back and been this inspirational piece and we find out that he had been training her all along behind the scenes and something like that. And now she's got, we've got a story going forward of why she's able to keep this title. She's got someone who's scouting with her and stuff like that. What's the story going forward? Like, she wasn't going to win this match without AJ Lee. So what is the story going forward with Maxine? How do we start believing that she can start beating these people? Like, there have been some pretty heavy hitters going after that IC title here recently. And now we're just supposed to believe that Maxine can just start beating the world. I'm gonna give them an opportunity to see what the story is going to be told. I'm curious to see what AI has laid out and then decide and see what directions that Triple H decides to take it. But I wonder what's next for Maxine. If this was just a great moment, you will be entrenched in history all time. But now what? Me personally, I'd let Oscar or Kyrie go ahead and take it. Go ahead and double belt them up. They're the best thing you got going on Monday Night Raw. So why not go ahead and put them titles on her too? Add some more friction between Becky and Oscar. I'd like to see them go at it while we're at it.
Yeah, because that is one opponent that Becky just can't best. It's Asuka. It's tough. It definitely is a challenge for her. And I would love for them to run it back. But great points about Maxine, because what do you do with her as champion? Because now you have to push her as champion. She has to have opponents. Will you get that far? You're just going to put it right back on Becky? I think that is a direction. Hell, I think we might get a Jessica Carr, Becky Lynch match for this title at some point, because Jessica is training. She is a wrestler by trade. That was her first calling, and they're teasing tension for a reason. So that would not shock me in the least if that is going to be in the cards eventually. But what I will say is that Becky Lynch has an eye for talent. And even a couple of years ago, there was this backstage segment and she walked right past Maxine and she acknowledged her. And she said, I see something in you. So if she sees something in Maxine Dupri, that's a good thing. Now, as we learned, it could be like a little delay that someone will take a couple of years to fully figure it out. Prime example, Liv Morgan. Becky saw something in Liv. It took Liv a couple of years to finally get it. It might take Maxine a couple of years to finally get it. And it's going to take opportunity and reps to really pull the game together. I can tell that she's passionate. I can tell that she loves this, and that's going to help her. But it's going to come down to Copilot and AI and all the chat GPT that they put together now to construct these shows. They're going to get us over the hump. We shall see. So in the moment, it was great. It was a great championship change. Well, what would it mean long term? I don't know. But if Maxine is going to be a true star, I think it's going to take us until around 2027 to truly see the fruits of that labor.
Yeah, it's not going to be something overnight. This title reign's not going to be the one that sets the world on fire. I'm fully expecting whoever beats her to demolish her. So, while you were talking, I was trying to think of who is left in the women's division. We've spent weeks talking about the depth and the issue that they have, and a lot of those strong women that Raw has are going to be tied up in that War Games match. But I think Maxine is very ripe for the picking when it comes to you could take your pick, Big Mama Raquel or Little Mommy Roxanne. So I think either one of them are primed to take that title off of Maxine.
I agree. I definitely see it. We shall see where they go with this. That was still a fun segment, which I appreciated. And then we had the tease backstage of AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley talking, possibly being added to War Games. We'll see about that as well. Speaking of War Games, let's talk briefly about Alexa Bliss's promo. Shout out to her because she powered through some what chants and she incorporated that into a promo. And I love her for that. One of our better talkers in WWE fighting down a what chant in 2025. I tell you the truth. So Charlotte Flair makes a save for Alexa Bliss after Rhea and Io get jumped by Lash and Nia Jax and the Kabuki Warriors. And then after that, you think, have they really reconciled? Have they agreed to be a team at Survivor Series to be determined? But in the funniest moment of the night, we had Charlotte and Alexa hug it out. And then we saw on the other side, Io being very protective over Rhea Ripley. And she said, she's mine. She hugged Rhea. It popped Rhea. It really got Charlotte. She corpsed. She broke character. I had a hearty laugh. Io is hilarious. I love this entire dynamic. Now, will hugging it out lead to a victory? I don't know, but I did sincerely have a good laugh at that because it got Charlotte pretty good too.
Yeah, 2025 Women's Wrestler of the Year, Io Sky, just it doesn't surprise me that she was able to do that. And yes, I am recalling that now. Segment was good. I think we probably could have waited till next week for Charlotte to officially or to make anything official. It felt like if it was official, so maybe we are waiting a week, but I might have gave it a little extra time. But this was fine for what it was. Teams are coming together, and if we're looking at 5, our prediction from a week or so ago might be right. Maxine might end up being that 5th. I was just talking about what's she going to do. Maybe she's head over heels in War Games.
She won't be the 5th. She will not be the 5th. It will probably be AJ Lee, and then Becky Lynch rounds out the 5 for the heels. And that leaves Maxine off the card.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't see AJ Lee as that much of an improvement over Maxine. That's just me. But to me, they in the same boat.
Now, listen, I am an AJ Lee fan through and through. I know that her performance at WrestlePalooza, it was a mixed bag. However, we're going to get to War Games. It's going to provide more cover. It is. I will not judge until the Warrior Rumble, honestly.
Oh my God.
To be for real. Because listen, War
fair.
Games, you're going to be probably 4th or 5th in the match.
Yeah.
You're not going to do a lot. You're going to do just enough not to do anything stupid. So we're going to find out a lot at the Royal Rumble. You're going to find out a lot when they have the singles match with her and Becky Lynch, probably for the IC title. We're not going to know a lot about AJ Lee into probably early next year. I won't write her off yet. Ring rust is ring rust. It's been 10 years for crying out loud. I can't judge harshly yet. Now, if we're 6 months into this thing and I'm still getting windmill hits, then we got to talk. But until then, I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm going to pull back my smoke a bit and be a bit more fair and open-minded. Period.
You're not wrong for that, and I'm one of the ones who actually enjoyed that mixed tag. Like I didn't have high expectations for her because of what you said. But you know, and you're not what you said is wrong about where she'll be. I, the Royal Rumble, I don't think that's much different than War Games. You know what I mean? Because she's gonna be in a corner for 20 minutes.
Mm,
So
mm.
you don't think she? It depends on where she gets put at. Like if she,
Exactly,
so
exactly.
if she's like 15, she'll come in, she'll do her thing, and then somebody's gonna put her down. She'll be in the corner. If she's like 27, she still might get put in the corner because they might have somebody come in do a big elimination, and then she gets rounded out for the last four. But I, no hate. I just yes, you need more star power, so it makes sense for AJ Lee. I just think this could have been a big opportunity for Maxine to get in there and have that. And since it to me, it's not that much of a difference between the two. It ain't like AJ Lee got any experience in a War Games match. So, but we'll see what she does. I'm sure she'll be. They're going to protect her, and Becky Lynch is the go. And let me tell you something else. You made another point about Jessica Carr. If Becky Lynch is able to bring Jessica Carr on and get her over, Becky Lynch is the GOAT.
Oh,
And
period.
that's done for debate. If she
Period.
can come in and bring a referee and get her over as a wrestler, she's the GOAT. Period.
Period. You can see it. They're teasing it, obviously. Like they're trying to get Jessica Carr ready to be a wrestler. That has been the word for a minute. She's been training for this moment. And when you spotlight a referee like this, as Becky has, they're definitely teasing something. If she gets Jessica Carr over as a wrestler, put her in every Hall of Fame, period. GOAT. All
Mhm.
time great to get anyone over, including a referee. How do you do that? It's Becky fucking Lynch. Stop playing on her name. Stop disrespecting her. This Becky Hogan bullshit, where when she willingly lost to Maxine Dupree on Monday Night Raw in Madison Square Garden to a cross body. Y'all need to stop playing with Becky. I need to stop that because if she sees something in Jessica Carr, it's a wrap. She is a Hall of Fame GOAT if she gets a referee over. Period.
Her last 12 months have consisted of elevating a title, a new title, bringing that to relevance, elevating a wrestler in Lyra, elevating a wrestler who shouldn't be anywhere near a title in Maxine and making people care and want that, and then making a returning AJ Lee seem probably more ready to return than she actually was because of how good Becky Lynch is. So like, you know, people can say the Mercedes case, and I won't argue against that. But for me, for what Becky's doing across the board all year long with all different levels of wrestlers on national television weekly, I got Becky Lynch, man, for what she's been able to do for these last 12 months. And that's just the three big ones that we talked about. I she to me right now is the best women's wrestler going just because of how she's able to elevate every single woman that she's in the ring with.
Absolutely facts on that. And then Fernando throws in Stephanie Vaquer as Women Wrestler of the Year. Hey, that's a strong candidacy as
Strong
well.
case.
It's strong case. EO is a strong case. Becky Lynch is a strong case. Naomi, if for not for the pregnancy,
Yeah.
strong case
She
as
was
well.
on her way to probably winning it,
She
honestly.
was she was on her way. She was like on the trajectory
Mhm.
towards winning. The promos with Bianca Belair, like, yo, without them on that show carrying that division, you see the difference there. The story that they had, turns across the board. It's tight. I love EO. I'm picking EO as the overall, but like difference maker. Becky is definitely in the conversation too, no doubt. Love me some Becky Lynch. Put some respect on her name. Don't play with her. On period. Then to continue, the last time is now tournament. It was a returning Gunther Cheddar Biscuits versus Javon Evans. And Gunther got back his OG theme song. I almost wept. Tears of Joy. I missed that song. Got the robe on, went out there, cooked with Javon. The crowd got into it. They see Javon as a star. Gunther is Gunther. Got a little old school Walter chant. They know ball. They know game in MSG. and I enjoyed the match. We had some hope spots here and there. You knew the outcome was never in doubt. Gunther was going to win this match, but they gave Javon a lot. He tapped out in defeat. Didn't lose much from this, which I was fine with, but Gunther, he's Gunther. That dude is that dude, and he will probably be the guy to retire John Cena by killing him in kayfabe. That would be a massacre on that man's last match. Prayers for John Cena in advance. He's going out on the sword.
So a couple things. First of all, I do not care about Gunther and his Dark Side of the Force music coming back. Everybody all excited about it. I do not care. I kind of like this old little Gunther, that was cool with me. But this dude coming back with the Dark Side of the Force, whatever, that's fine. Match was what it was. It was good. Wasn't meant to be this all-time great like they could have had, but the match was solid for what it is. Yeah, Gunther probably is a strong candidate. I wouldn't be opposed to Gunther just being the guy from here on out that just puts people out the pasture. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Goldberg, Cena, and him just start adding notches. Like when it's time for AJ Styles to go, Gunther. I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with Gunther being the executioner of the WWE.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
he is. I'm with it too. Like if you are in your last year as a wrestler, in your last days as a wrestler, these are your last days. Gunther gonna come.
He about to make people stop retiring. That's what's about to happen. Y'all gonna have to fire me.
Yeah, you have to reconsider your options. Like, you know what? On second thought, you have to cut me. You have to wish me the best in my future endeavors because I ain't going out like that.
Yeah.
My last match gets Gunther, please. I'm out, man. No way. That will be my. No, I'm good. I'm real good. So I love that idea. If you're a wrestler who's on the brink of retirement, if you're over the age of 45, Gunther's gonna put you out to pasture. Randy, when you're 50, Gunther says, "I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you out gracefully." Randy says, "No, I would rather retire now. I'm good with that. I'd rather go home right now." Cool. Cody, Gunther got you in about 10 years. Don't you worry about it. AJ, you're next in line. Finn, you're next in line. Anybody over the age of 40, if you're on the brink of retirement, Gunther's got you covered, okay? He's going to just send you on out of here to glory in the best possible way. And I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I'm if that's what they decide to do, but they're not that smart, so they're not gonna do that. And also Redacted, he ain't gonna be wrestling too much longer, so Gunther could take him out behind the woodshed too.
Ooh.
I mean, and just keeping it a buck, that is a match that I personally would salivate to see.
They were teasing it, weren't they, at some point? That was like a teased match.
That was supposed to be like a 40 match or a 41, one of the two.
Yeah, that was one of the WrestleMania directions that year. You should have seen me. Like, I was smiling at the Grinch at the mere thought of Redacted getting retired by Gunther. Oh, it gave me such joy. But we'll see. We'll see. Between that and Braun Breaker, like those two can do the favor for me to just get him on out of here. Let's get him on out of here. Can't stay in his face. Every time I see that WrestleMania commercial, all 15 parts of it, just his mug just irritates me. Just makes me angry. Ugh. But
I can't wait to talk about the next segment.
We'll get there. Listen, I'm actually going to compliment his ass. I will compliment him for doing one good thing. We'll get to that in a minute. But I do want to circle back to Fernando saying that Javon Evans is the Will Ospreay of WWE. I have said that Javon is Will Ospreayan in some way. He is, but he is his own guy. But yes, if they push him, he is their Will Ospreay. He's great. He can fly. He has technique. He's putting on weight. He's going to modify his style in time to preserve his future. But yes, I've been said that. Very Ospreayan of him. He has it. They see it. God push him, please.
Yeah. You making this man sound like he's a new species of bird. But I, we got the Osperian over here. It's a new species we just discovered in 2025. It's a darker, it's a darker species, but it flies very high, very well. You're not wrong, but you're not wrong. I agree with you. He's special. He's got it all. But WWE doesn't push young talent anymore, and I blame Chris Masters and Jack Swagger for that.
Boy, man, when you mentioned those names, and we got to put a little smoke on Baby Drew McIntyre too. Got to put a little smoke on him too, because he wasn't ready. Baby, he became a man 10 years ago. Came out there, just changed everything up. Just came back swole with a personality, charisma, talent, and it's done wonders for him. But he was a part of that jinx too. Like, they pushed the wrong young guys who weren't ready. That was the difference. They were not ready. And then with Chris Masters, which was so sad, was then he got ready and then it was too late. They just cut ties. When he was ready, they're like, well, you got ready 5 years too late.
Yeah, he got ready and lost 100 pounds, which was his whole masterpiece gimmick. So you can't be ready and call yourself the masterpiece and not be the masterpiece anymore. Like, your whole gimmick was that you were jacked and would just choke and was putting people out with the full Nelson. And then you came back and you couldn't get your arms around people anymore. Like, get it together.
Like, listen, the man became a worker. He's, I am more than
No
my
doubt.
master lock.
No doubt. No doubt.
But it just wasn't the same. You are right. And it was unfortunate that man got it together. And it was like, you know what? Psh, too late for you, kid. Too late for you. You learned too late. My condolences. Truly. Fernando, you right, gender. But don't you say that because you gonna get Scott riled up because he thinks the gender is the second coming of Jesus.
JC Mateo was already on SmackDown, so okay. He's already on SmackDown. But gender, let's not first of all, Fernando, don't hinder gender. Okay, don't hinder the Punjabi legend gender, one of the greatest entrances of all time. Fire entrance, okay, fire entrance. If we didn't have to watch, if he didn't have to wrestle, the man had it all, and he was an okay wrestler. Okay, not great. He was fine. He did what he needed to do. It was fine. Don't hinder gender.
Getting flashbacks from 4 years ago when we started this journey together. And when our first big fight was defending gender. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to continue with this partnership. I don't know if I want to continue down this road as have a gender defender on my show.
A gender defender.
A gender defender.
That sounds like a racial slur. Okay. That sounds like a racial slur.
No, like, I wondered, what am I doing with my life to have a debate about Jinder Mahal with someone named Salty Scott? What? And it was impassioned. It was an impassioned debate. I was like, what? I found a gender supporter. Like, where?
I rock with gender. I rock with gender.
One of the most horrifying discoveries when we first.
I tend to like a lot of the people that most people don't like. The Miz. Nobody liked Randy for a long time. This Randy love is brand new these last few years. Gender. Like, I tend to like these guys.
Listen, I love Randy too. I was not a part of the Randy slander train. Like, y'all disrespecting my man. I've been rolling with that man since he reinvented himself back in 2011 with Christian. If y'all ain't been tapped in with that Randy since then, I don't know what to say for you. I was tapped in with that Randy onwards.
I've been tapped in with Randy since he was making out with Stacy Keibler. Okay, listen, I've been an OG in the game.
Listen, you were a teenager at the time, hormones raging. Does not surprise me at all. You know, listen, I remember Randy when he was on RNN, when he was doing his injury updates on his ankle. I remember that. And then I remember when he was part of Evolution, he was like a freak in that video. A freak, licking necks and stuff, just a freak. So I've been through the Randy phases of everything, okay? Freak Randy, father Randy.
Freak Randy.
I mean, he was a freak. He was very freaky. But now he's like family man Randy, and I love that for him. The maturity of this man, the ability to know when he was wrong and to own up to it and to be a better man because of it. One of the greatest come from behind victories ever. He is the Shawn Michaels of the 21st century to
Uh,
rebound
I don't know
in
about
terms of
that.
reputation. Because Chad reputation was shit in bags. Come on, Scott. Be for real.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call him the Shawn Michaels, but
Yes. In terms of reputation and the come from behind victory to be where he is now.
all right, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. Now
All right.
nobody can be HBK. That's my dude, man. I was very blessed to see that man in his second comeback in WWE. A blessing. One of my favorites of all time. I will not accept HBK slander ever. I defend him to the end. I will. Hot ass mess that he was. But I appreciate sanctified, saved HBK. Yes, I do. As we now get to our main event angle of Monday Night Raw, which was the Vision and Team Cody and Team CM Punk, whoever's running the team at Survivor Series, alongside main event Jey Uso and Big Jim. So we had a brawl, everybody fighting, everybody getting scrappy, Babyface getting her ass whooped. And then we get redacted coming out there. Brock Lesnar. Oh joy. Don't like looking at his face, so I have to endure that. Then Roman Reigns comes out to make the save. And I will give redacted this, okay? When Roman Reigns came out there and he launched into a Superman punch, redacted sold his ass off for Roman Reigns' offense. I will give redacted that. He understood the assignment. And Roman Reigns understood other assignments as he beat up the rent a cops from the NYPD. He speared the cops and Bronson Reed through a barricade. Took out the cops, took out Bronson. Then we had CM Punk with the kendo stick choke out Logan Paul. That was legit choke out. That man was just choking him, choked him out. Usos super kicking the bronze, and then they was taking care of business out there. So it was a nice end to the show. It was chaos. I loved it. And then it just went off the air because it ran out of time. And then we saw the TikTok footage after the show, and it was more chaos. I loved it. So, like, even though this match is predictable, I will say the star power is going to elevate things. I expect this to be one of the better men's war game matches in quite some time. And I smell a rat on the babyface side. And that rat is main event Jey Uso. He will turn on his brother Jimmy, because you saw how he looked last week when CM Punk called him and said, "Hey, I called and asked Jimmy to be on the team." You saw his face. He wasn't happy. So when the chips are down, when you think they have the advantage, when you think the match is won, I guarantee you Jay will turn on his team.
So a lot to unpack there. First off, nobody really. I mean, we don't have to like him. We can't deny that the reaction that Brock Lesnar gets is just huge. Um, I I think I'm curious to see how he does in a War Games match, because you can go about him one or two ways only. Either he's the pace setter and he just throws everybody around the entire
Mm-hmm.
time until Roman Reigns comes in at the very end and he's the one who can take him down, or he's the very last man that comes in and he just destroys. Either way, but I that is a hell of a team on one side. Brock, Braun, Bronson, Logan Paul, who's going to do all the crazy stuff and take all the crazy bumps,
Mm-hmm.
and Drew McIntyre. Like that's a lot of beef. That's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of hoss.
Mm-hmm.
You got one of the few people who have actually beaten Brock Lesnar on your team. I I think it's great. I think that's a stronger team than the babyface side. You think it's going to be Jay. Roman Reigns had a different look in his eye when he walked out. I think it could be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns don't like Punk. Roman Reigns told Jimmy and Jay he didn't want to see them till Christmas. I'm just saying, man. You think it's Jay? I think it's Roman.
thinking that Roman goes back to his old ways. He backslides
Mm-hmm.
completely. Got to think about the egos too, because Cody is on this team as well. That should go over swimmingly. There is interesting threads regarding legitimate tension between Roman and Cody because it's like The Rock and Triple H, two top guys at the same time. One views themselves as the tippy top guy, and so does the other guy. And it's like, so it's an interesting real life dynamic that we do see play out in real time. And I do think that the Punk and Roman angle is more for storyline. I do think they sincerely like each other a lot, and we'll see where that goes. Will it be Roman that turns? We'll see. We will definitely see. There's got to be some realignment because I do see Roman as one of the main events once again for next year's WrestleMania. How you get there, you might have to do a turn. You might have to turn on your family because he said I didn't want to see your ass to Christmas. Looks like I got to break bread with y'all on Thanksgiving the day before Survivor Series. So we got to see where we go from there. So it's going to be interesting how they play this up heading into Survivor Series. I'm intrigued. I will say that, as you said, the heel team has way more star power and I think a bit more talent on that side as well. I feel that a few guys in this match will have flashbacks to last year's War Games. Bronson Reed broke his ankle in that match. Jimmy Uso jammed his toe in this match. Tonga Loa, who's not even in this match, hurt himself too last year in this very match. So hopefully everybody comes away unscathed. There's no serious injuries. Logan Paul's going to do the crazy shit in this match, I do believe. Braun Breaker too, in all likelihood. The babyface side might be a bit more subdued, but we'll see for sure how this all goes.
Yep.
And then Fernando comes through and says that Randy returns, turns on Cody, and the heels take advantage and win War Games.
No, I think Randy's seeing what's going on with everybody retiring. Is like, you know what? I'm just going to stay on the sidelines. I might not need a retirement match. I think I might be good.
Yeah, I think I'm fine as well. And before we get to NXT, I do want to make a prediction that is completely not about wrestling. Okay. So it's pertaining to Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Okay. So if you saw the news last week, they're going to be featured in Zootopia 2, coming to a theater near you this weekend. Okay. Should be fun times. Okay. They're called the Zebros. Okay. They're zebras who happen to be cops. I have a prediction. I don't know how much screen time they're going to get, how many speaking lines they're going to have. I will say they will steal the show in the film, and Disney will commission a spinoff of the Zebros. I'm calling it right now. They will do a sequel starring Roman Reigns and CM Punk. From the people that brought you Zootopia, we present you the Zabrowskis. You know it's coming, Scott. You think I'm lying? I have predicted many things on this show. They will get a spinoff from this damn movie. I'm telling you, they're going to get a spinoff series.
Yeah. You making this prediction of them getting a spin-off series, and then the movie's gonna come out and you're gonna find out they don't actually have lines.
They do. They do.
Do they? Or do they just grunt?
Yes. No. 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 They have lines. They have lines.
Okay.
They have lines.
All right. All right. Listen. If CM Punk and Roman Reigns become the new tag team champions of the box office.
Yes, I'm telling you, if they have meaningful lines in this damn movie, for however long it lasts, if they steal the scenes, they're going to get a spinoff. I'm telling you.
They're Peacock original.
No, it'll be Disney because it ain't gonna be a Peacock original. It'll be a Disney.
Oh,
original.
yeah, you're right. Disney Plus. That's right. Okay, the
Yeah.
synergy's right there. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm telling you now, if they steal this damn movie, if they're on for 5 minutes, they're getting a spinoff.
a hell
You
of
know
a
what's
prediction
happening.
right there. No,
It
I
is.
don't. No, I,
I,
no, I don't. Okay, I'm still waiting to see how Roman Reigns as Akuma's going to turn out. You already predicted they about to get spinoffs for.
yes, I am telling you. I just have a feeling
All right.
the Disney executives would be like, listen, hey, I've seen enough. Let's commission a spinoff.
They ain't brought Roman Reigns back to the Fast and Furious universe. You thinking he getting a spinoff into the Zootopia universe?
He is. I'm telling you.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm all for it. Roman Reigns and CM Punk is the odd couple nobody knew they needed. So
Yeah,
if
I'm
it
telling
works,
you,
then it works.
it works. I think they have this oddball chemistry you cannot deny. And if it translates in cartoons, if it translates in the ring, yeah, that's just money bags automatically. Period. So we'll see. I'm predicting a spinoff by 2027. Disney presents the Zabrowskis, a Zootopia story.
So essentially, what's going to happen in WWE is because if they get the spinoff in Zootopia, they're going to definitely play that in WWE. So the Usos are going to turn on Roman and CM Punk, and they're going to end up. That's going to be your tag team match for January's pay per view on ESPN.
Hey,
The Zebros versus the Usos.
it writes itself, Scott. It writes itself.
Yeah, for sure.
The synergy. Dude, look at you. You're better than AI. Come on.
I'm just as bad as AI because that's probably exactly what ChatGPT said.
Then they say, you know what, guys? Let's take it a step further. Let's animate the match. Let's not have them actually in the ring. Let's animate it.
Don't do that because they might actually try that cinematic style.
Yes, they would. They would. Live illustrations of this match as the Zebros. So yeah, we're gonna see. But let's move on from the Zebros to NXT Gold Rush. So Scott, I'm gonna let you have it because you said I can do this in 5 minutes or less. Pause.
Well, we'll start with Kalani's corner. First of all, Jordan Grace, fantastic look with the glasses.
Yes,
Absolutely fantastic look with the glasses. Like the dress game is just on point with you. Like
yes,
you can dress. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. But Kalani, man, I think I'd just rather go outside and wait on cement to dry. This is golly, what are we doing out here? Like some people really enjoy this, and I guess I'm just not the one. Like let me go put a seed in the ground and wait for that to grow. I think I'd rather sit and do that than watch another one of her promos because unbearable. We got Dork State out here making Leon Slater and Evans look like they should be on Evolve.
God.
So we got that going on. Shout out to JC Jane. That was cool. Shout out to her. She's just racking up accolades. And Joe Hendry and Thea Hale. That was fun opening match. But yeah, once Kalani came on the screen, it just sucked the energy out of me. And then I was stuck with everything else. The one highlight from NXT for me, though, was Obafemi with probably the NXT promo of the year.
He says, Daddy's home. Daddy's home. He put on the Usher Raymond, Daddy's home.
And not only that, when he said that, all the kids in the crowd started chanting like, yeah, Daddy's back. Home. And Ricky did not look happy.
No.
Ricky did not look happy about it.
No, he did not. He did not. He was like, oh, okay. Listen, Oba got bigger. The man wearing jeans now, talking shit. Can back it up. Stop wearing shirts. Like, I don't need the shirts anymore. Like, I'm just here. Dude is so ready to get graduated from NXT to the main roster. Like, this is just finishing school at this point. Like, I'm just doing my last reps here before I go off into the sunset. Get this promotion next year, heading to the Royal Rumble. I love that for him. Love the promo. I love Oba. I'm all in. And shout out to the venue, The theater at MSG is such a
That's
cool
great.
place. I love the towels at the beginning. Like they were fired up, great atmosphere. Gold Rush wasn't rushing for me. Y'all didn't really do much with the title changes. We had one. That was about it. Eh. Very happy for Jason, don't get me wrong, but y'all could have splashed up a bit more surprises on this show. But shout out to Thea Hale and Johindra. I enjoyed that their match against Chelsea and Ethan for the mixed tag team titles of AAA. Really enjoyed that match. Love the energy. And as we keep saying, in terms of aesthetics, best looking people together, Chelsea and Ethan. They just fit. Just everything just clicks. Also, shout out to Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe. I really enjoyed their match. And shout out to Sol Ruka because you know how rare it is, Scott, for you to sell an injury and actually sell it. Like she did a drop kick off the top rope. My leg hurts. Let me do a one leg kip up because my other leg hurts. Come on.
Yeah, it was cool. Wasn't a fan of the Mustache Mountain finish, but HBK, all he loves to do is just retread stuff. So, we got our Trent Seven Tyler Bate finish here. With her throwing in the towel. I didn't like that. Like we got Zarya out in the ring. Where's a towel? Somebody give me a towel. Girl, if you don't shut your Soul not even in the ring screaming. Okay, it's not like she's writhing in pain. So maybe that was Soul's fault for not selling the knee in that particular moment, like it was the end of the world, like it was about to snap. But the way Zarya was reacting, you'd have thought a bone had popped out through the skin. Okay, like I get what they're doing, and like the story, like the bullet points of the story is actually pretty good, but the execution and like the in between stuff and like the filling in the blanks, all of that has just been really poorly done.
Yeah, it was a bit much. I'm not even blaming Soul. I'm like blaming Zarya and whoever wrote that because why are you being over dramatic when she's not giving up? She's not tapping out. You should be happy that your best friend is out there gutting it out. She's not tapping. She's not flailing. Yes, it hurts, but she didn't quit. You quit for her. So yeah, they're leading to a split imminently. I do sense that as well. And it should be fun whenever it does happen. Zarya is going to snap eventually, and we'll see where it goes. Now, I am just shocked at you, Scott, that Kalani was on the screen for a grand total of 30 seconds, and she ruined your night to that extent.
I think it was because I was like when Jordan came on the screen, I saw her in them glasses and that fit. I was like, "Yo, you look fly. Cheddar biscuits to you. You looking good." Lola came out there. She had her swag. And then Kalani came out and it was just like, remember how I said LA Knight is that guy that like looks for swag to figure out what it is?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Wow.
Kalani is the person that LA Knight is dressing, what he thinks swag is.
Wow. Wow. That is wow. I can't even
That's where I'm
counter
at.
that.
That's where I'm at with Kalani. That's where I'm at with
Damn.
Kalani right now. Like I can't do it.
Damn. That's tough words. I can't even combat that. I'm have to move on because what can I say after that? I mean, you just whew, damn. Well, elsewhere, hey, I'm gonna throw Josh Briggs a bone. I'm gonna give him a compliment. Him and Tavion Heights were scrapping. I loved how physical they
Cool.
got. That was a good scrap. Tavion, baby, you need some help with the promos. It's okay. Live crowd got to you a little bit. You was excited. I know you get a little nervous. You got it. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. And let me think what else happened of note on this show. Oh, yes. Trick got beat down. And then he said, "Can you hear me now? Trick, it's time to go." When somebody tells you that, Miles told that man that after he knocked him out, it's time to go. You hear me? Pun. It's time to go.
Did they had that man of all people ask him if he heard him? I mean, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, like I don't know if that was like I get like that's what. Okay, I'm just saying, man. Like that's just very spot on, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. The irony there is very overwhelming.
Oh, died. Whew. I had a good laugh. He talked shit to that man like Trick. He gotta
He
go.
did. He
He
did.
gotta go.
He did.
He called that man a bitch and everything. Like, you gotta go after this. Miles, first of all, Miles is
And then
tapping
after he did that,
into.
he had the nerve to like puff his chest out at Oba.
He did to my. I got
Like, bro,
next.
take it easy.
I love it because you know what? He loves Randy. He's on a Randy right now. That's his idol, and he's locking in. He's locking in.
You're right. That is that young Randy that was wrestling Bob Holly and stuff, throwing up this. That's that Randy right there. You're right. That's him
Listen,
right there.
listen, in this iteration of Miles Bourne, we're going to get all levels of Randy from 20 years ago to now. It's going to be a nice little maturation process. Now, I do need him to be his own man, but listen, Randy's a nice template to follow to start your career. But that had me crying. I mean, I was like, Trick, it's time to go. After that, it's time to go. It's time to
Yeah.
get your promotion. It's been real. It's been fun. I'm with Fernando. It's time for Trick to and Oba to move on up because I was crying when I saw that. I had a good laugh. I did. And then Dork State, enough said. Enough said.
Yep.
Nothing to
Yep.
say. Izzy Dane turning on Tatum Paxley. I'm shocked, Scott. Shocked to tell you. I didn't see it coming. Couldn't believe it. Shocked me. It broke my heart. I'm being facetious, y'all, because we saw this coming a mile away. Stevie Wonder could
Mhm.
see it. Ray Charles, who ain't here no more, could see it. We could all see it coming. And Tatum, you're dumb because you should have seen this coming a mile away, what she was going to do to you. Don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. She set you up. From the moment you won that championship, we knew how this would end. And shout out to JC Jane. Congratulations to her, two-time champion, rare elite class of two-time champions, Charlotte Flair, Shayna Baszler, Roxanne Perez. Here endeth the list. That is very impressive.
Yeah, JC is slowly cementing her legacy in NXT. She's already, I mean, you can make a case she's already one of the greatest NXT women's champions of all time. I mean, nobody's in the conversation with the GOAT, but she's definitely trying to make a case for like a top five. I think you can make a case for her being a top five women's champion when it comes to what she's been able to do, the range she's been able to have, her being NXT and TNA champion at the same time. So I think she's got a strong resume. And as much as I say she's a great number two, and I think still stand by that, she's doing a really good job as the lead in this group.
Agreed. She's come a long way. I had my misgivings about her winning the way she did, but she surprised me. She stepped up, has become a complete performer, and this is what makes you a star in the main roster when the time comes because they need a JC on a SmackDown for sure. Somebody that can do something of value with the personality and the in-ring to go with it as well. And then the last bit of things we'll talk about will be Deadline going down in 3 weeks in San Antonio, Texas. And John Cena, who has really loved his time at the Performance Center, is going to be the sole person to pick the men and women competing in the Iron Survival Challenge.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to be the one to pick everybody. Yet everybody who's, I guess, is just picking themselves because Miles Bourne was like, "And I'll see you at New Year's Evil." So I guess he already knows John's picking him. Then you got the other people like, "Man, I hope John picks me." And then John's like, "No, because he's going to pick me." Like, guys, just let John do it. Like, why? You got all these people talking about, yeah, and I can't wait to the deadline, and I'm gonna be the Iron Survivor and all this stuff. And John might not even pick you. How do you know John's gonna pick you? This is whatever, Ava. You just being lazy at your job. You not trying to do your job, so you got John to do it. Whatever.
Gave the legends the year off, saying, "We don't need you guys. John will be the sole decision maker," as everyone has their hopes high in the sky, and to only for them to be crushed. What we actually need for John to do is do it live, and then have those people watching have their hopes and dreams crushed when their name isn't called. Because you know, yeah, like Miles was so confident. I know where I'm going to be at New Year's Evil. Like, dude, so you just already know you're gonna win, be at New Year's Evil, face Oba. So technically, Ricky ain't shit, right? Technically,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Like, Ricky ain't shit, gonna hop right over you, go to Oba, New Year's Evil. Boom. Like, real confident when John ain't released his names yet.
Just saying, man. It's just real fishy. Ava, don't like what you got going on.
Very suspicious indeed. So that was Gold Rush. Not a lot of gold was rushing during the 2 hours. We'll see how it goes next week, which they're taping, I believe, tomorrow at MSG, or maybe tonight. Maybe they're doing a double taping. Who knows? But we'll see. And we'll discuss it when we come back in a couple of weeks. Before we go, it's now time for Scott to select his match of the week realistically.
Realistically, my match of the week, I got to go with John Cena's farewell match. It's everything you could want. Hot crowd. John getting this do his best hits, taking a bunch of moves, and then just the farewell send off. The last time we'll see John Cena on Monday Night Raw. For sure, my match of the week. Wasn't the best match I saw, but it was easily the most impactful match.
I will agree because of the symbolism of what it represented the last time we'll see him on Monday Night Raw. His last match was a party match against the Judgment Day. As you said, he took all of their finishers, which is a big deal. And then he showed them and he shared them with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio, two of his greatest rivals ever. So I appreciated that moment, and I'm gonna miss John, man. Let's appreciate what we have left. Fernando throws in Maxine versus Becky as his match of the week. It was a great moment. Did not love the match. Did not love it, but I thought it was a great moment.
I'm not mad at it. You know, that's going to be something that's talked about for a little bit. But if the follow up's good, this match will mean even more. So hopefully they have something planned for. But if not, this is still a solid moment. She'll always be able to look back on.
Absolutely. And with that, that is a wrap for this week's episode of The Wrap, right here on the Fake Media Network channel, YouTube version of the network. I want to thank Salty Scott Young for joining me to recap the week so far in WWE as we get ready for Survivor Series next Saturday on ESPN Unlimited.
Thank you, Keila. As always, it's a pleasure to chop it up and talk all things WWE. I hope everyone has a great holiday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Eat real good, sleep real good, and enjoy Survivor Series. And we'll talk to y'all in a few weeks.
Absolutely. We'll be back on Tuesday, December 2nd to talk all things WWE. We have Scott's thoughts post Survivor Series as well. And then this show will be back in some form or fashion post Survivor Series right after the show, the WWE post game live show. I know that Gigi's going to do it. Most likely, I'll join him to talk about Survivor Series in San Diego, California, how the night went for everybody, who turned. We got some guesses of how that's going to go down regarding the War Games matches. So we'll touch on that next Saturday night. Stay tuned for that. So until 2 weeks from now, enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy this time with your family. Eat well, rest. Enjoy all the sales involved with Black Friday and Cyber Monday too. Hop on that just in time for the holiday season. So for myself and for Salty Scott Young, that is a wrap for all things WWE. Take care and bye-bye.